Hello! It's Mario Galaxy 2. It is World 6 Green Stars. Me and JT, Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you all for joining us. And it's Melty Monster Galaxy we're starting out with.
Hell yeah. It's a pleasure to be back. And to see these monsters melt.
Yes. Just trying to think of a dumb joke, a Melty Monster joke, couldn't think of anything. So this world has some real annoying green stars in it, which we'll get to. This is not one of them. This one is pretty easy. And the way to do it is to let yourself drop, and then do that, and then bam. You got it.
Oh man, today, I found, on my way home from work, there is a video game and, movie store, that I'll have to show you, because the price...
Ooh, where?
Were, it's, literally 10 minutes away from where I live.
Oh, is it called King Video Games or something?
I've been to King Video Games.
Is that any good?
Overrated.
Really?
It's just like...
That's like the only store that sells that shit in Philly that I even know about, so I've been wanting to check it out. But,
I saw that, because that's, by the Italian market, and...
Right. Yeah, it's not really anywhere near me, that's why I haven't gone there yet.
No, it's like a used video game place, but all of it is, still overpriced. And so it's just, it doesn't do much. And, there's kind of, a poor selection. The place that I went to is, mostly video games. There's some, the other one, King Video Games, did have movies. But this has some Blu-rays and DVDs as well. But the prices were right. I feel like GameCube games in particular, sell online now. I mean, obviously for specific ones, it'll be 60 to $100. Outrageously, I mean, I get it, the nostalgia market is big now.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I have noticed, as someone who has been buying, older games for a while, the last, 3 or 4 years, that era of games, PS2 and GameCube, and certainly older than that, but especially that era, and also, any consoles or controllers or peripherals from that time, are a lot more expensive than they used to be buying them used, and it sucks ass. And yeah, it's because, everyone is doing what I'm doing and wanting to play games from around the time they grew up.
Yeah, no, they do, I bought 3 Blu-rays and a 360 game, and it was only $15.
That's cool.
Which was a great deal. And yeah, I looked at the selection of other stuff there, because I was looking for this Mario Galaxy game there, but I didn't do too thorough of a search, but it's definitely, we'll have to pay a visit there, because it's nice to find a new place like that isn't just a big, I don't know, I haven't been to a GameStop or whatever since I was a kid.
Oh, well, GameStop's all suck dick now.
Yeah,
so.
No, that's why I haven't been.
That one that I did, I cut out all of the tries, but that one is also a bit of a pain in the ass, because you just have to hit the green star quite squarely, and yeah, I did it. That's a really good mission to grind star bits for, as you can see.
Damn.
So yeah, I didn't skip it because I thought it would be funny to just let it take as long as it does. But yeah, I took many tries, but the good news is there's a ton of star bits and 1-ups on there, so you can basically just die a million times and get a bunch of star bits. And like, actually doing it, everything up to getting the green star is fine, but, yeah. Anyway, there are a couple of those, like this one, this, Clockwork Ruins. I already don't love this level, mostly because, the majority of it, and especially the last section, which took the longest for me to get the green star from. And by the way, this is all, like, one long thing, so you have to go through the whole level each time. It's a pain in the ass. My main problem with a good chunk of this level is that it has one of my least favorite modes of gameplay in a platforming game, which is waiting.
That's annoying.
Yeah, you just have to wait for shit to move, and I don't like it. I don't like... It's not so bad here, but yeah, especially in the latter part of this level, with the big spinning, wow, I don't know what you would call them, little
spinning platforms, I
thingies
guess.
that you know, you'll see them later. But anyway, that one's fairly easy. And the second one isn't hard either, you just have to get to it. But yeah, it's a, like, longish level, and especially the third green star took me a good amount of time, but it's alright. So yeah, I don't know what to talk about today. Like I said, it's Thanksgiving weekend, so JT and I are just back from having Thanksgiving time. I was with my girlfriend's family rather than my family, because my family is all diseased right now. By which I mean everyone got COVID the last time that we hung out. So they are giving thanks without me. But I still had my own fun time of eating and... Well, I was gonna say eating too much and drinking too much, but I actually only did the second one because there wasn't quite as much food as we had expected at the actual Thanksgiving. And so we kind of just did, like, Thanksgiving 2 the next day.
What's your favorite, like, Thanksgiving food? I mean, it's an easy question, but I gotta...
What's the best dish?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. I would probably say the stuffing, mostly because when I have it at my parents' house, my brother makes it, and I couldn't tell you, like, anything about what he does, but I just have always liked the way that my brother makes stuffing, and, I mean, it's bread, so, you know, it's tasty. I don't mind turkey, but turkey is, like, my third or fourth favorite meat. So, it's never been my favorite part. And also, a lot of, you know, I'm white, so a lot of the turkey, Thanksgiving turkey that I've eaten has been quite dry.
Yeah,
which I don't
that's
love.
What I was gonna say, that, like, turkey, I feel like a lot of people have that opinion about turkey, or where it's just like, oh, it's not that great. But yeah, no, I think it's like, it's easy to fuck up, and it can be like too dry or not, like, seasoned well enough.
Right.
But I fuck with turkey.
Yeah, turkey's good, and I've had good Thanksgiving turkey for sure. But you know,
have you ever had a deep fried turkey?
I don't know if I have.
I love watching all those videos of people doing it and then it exploding in flames.
Oh yeah.
But I've had a successfully deep fried turkey. Like, one time I went with, like, a friend.
Oh, neat.
To, like, it was like a Penn State, like, tailgate. And they did a deep fried turkey there, and it was really fucking good.
That's cool. Yeah, my family usually has a second meat. Like, we have the turkey, which is usually good when it's usually my dad that does it, and, It's usually pretty good. He usually, my dad is he's a juicy meat guy, so he does not he takes care of the turkey, but usually one other person will make some other meat like chicken or something just so that there's something else, or like beef even.
Yeah, no, I feel like that would be a good counter. Like, I don't know, there's something about like two birds feels like too much to me.
Yeah, usually it'll be like we'll have the turkey and then someone else will make some sort of roast, pork or beef. Usually beef. When we did, when Liv's family did the second Thanksgiving at her parents' house afterward, instead of turkey, we had lamb, which was very good.
Ooh, I fuck with lamb.
I'm a big lamb fan, so I was cool with that. And it was very good. So, yeah, this level's
really
pain in the
annoying.
dick. I hate this shit. And you have to do this whole... If you fuck up... The green star's all the way at the end of this, but the last checkpoint is at the very beginning of this little section, so if you fuck up this jump here, you have to do all this bullshit again, and I did have to do that a number of times, and it's a pain in the ass. That's my least favorite kind of thing. And, like, again, it's not only the waiting kind of thing with this, but, like, also, I hate when you have to do a bunch of shit again to get back to a place.
Oh.
I guess, you don't want games to be too easy or forgiving or whatever, but especially if a big chunk of the gameplay involves like standing and waiting or whatever, and just like doing tedious things like that wall jump, I don't want to have to do it 90 times every time I fuck up. But that's just me. Yeah, look, 14 minutes. I suck dick at that shit. Lubba wants to talk to me, but I am not going to. He usually just tells you to like stop playing when he has that.
Take a break.
I really like that about Nintendo. I don't know any other games that do that except for like more recent Nintendo games where, especially if you've been playing for a long time, like Mario 3D Land. If you've been playing for a really long time, they'll be like, "Hey, make sure you do something else at some point." And then, but also, like, if you die a bunch of times in a lot of Nintendo games, they'll be like, hey, maybe video games aren't your thing. Maybe you should, step back for a little bit. Try something else.
No, that is...
I don't know, I think that's funny.
I agree. It feels like unusual to any other video game I've played that, like, occasionally Nintendo will remind you to be like...
Is it like
settled.
okay?
I think it's because they're geared towards children.
That's true.
Usually, and I feel like that's more of like I don't know. I don't think that could ever work. Like no child or adult is being like, oh wow, like this. It's really telling.
Oh, would you look at the time?
Yeah.
I've really been wasting the hours away on Mario. Yeah, I'm certainly
big
not.
Fat star man told me I've been wasting my time, so I might as well.
Yeah. You get all 242 stars, and Lubba's like, hey, how about you get some fucking friends? So this is Throwback Galaxy, which I think you were the co-commentator on the original episode where I played through this, if I remember correctly, or maybe when I did the bonus stars on this one. But yeah, this is the Mario 64 level, where it's Whomp's Fortress, and I don't know. I always like coming back to this level. It's simple and it's memorable, because it's this Mario 64 level. And it's easy to get star bits in. And this next star is, like, what you have to do is very simple. But actually doing it is a little bit more finicky than I had thought. And you'll see what I mean in just a sec.
Yeah, I feel like one thing I like about Mario, like, as a platformer, with having, like, those... There are only, like, a very small, like, handful in most of the games of those types of, like, challenges where you really have to, like... Where you really can fuck it up a lot. It's, like, most of the stars and things you have to get are, like, you can do with relative ease, but it's, like, fun, and you get to, like, I don't know, explore the level. But then there's, like, one or two things that will really get you stuck in a maddening way.
Yeah. So yeah, the green star's up here, you have to get on top of the Womp so that you can get it, and getting on top of the Womp is different than it is in Mario 64, probably because the gravity is different. So yeah, speeding this up. I eventually figured out that the way to most easily get on top of the Womp is to wait for him to, do his little flop, and then wait at the feet, and right before he is about to get up, do a backflip and spin jump, and eventually you'll get it.
Wow, it took you a while to figure this out.
Yeah. Well, also, I don't know if it already happened or if I'm about to do it. I also decided to see if I could cheat it and triple jump my way up, because Luigi can jump slightly higher, and it looks like you can just about get it. I was also trying to, like, do, like, a wall jump off of his back and then spin onto him, but that wasn't working. But here's where I finally get my fucking shit together.
Oh, damn. Wow.
There you go.
Just like that.
Once you get it, it's like... Yeah, it's nothing. And the next star in this level is incredibly easy, so that was the only one that gave me any guff. I'm gonna have a ton of star bits. It's gonna be great. I don't know if it limits you to 99.99 star bits or what.
Yeah, I feel like that would make sense.
Actually, I don't know. It might be 9.99.99 because for some reason I feel like there's something you can do that's like 10,000. Wait, you have to. Okay, so when you get 240 stars, when you get all the green stars, I'm pretty sure when you get to all 240 green stars, you open up the last level, which is the ultimate test. And that's number 241. And then I think to get the Prankster Comet for that, which is the Daredevil run for it, where you do the same thing but with one hit. Maybe that's the ultimate test, but whatever the fuck. It's the same level. That one, number 242, I think to unlock that, you have to max out star bits, which is such a weird, like, thing.
It's a weird...
I don't know why you don't just get it, but yeah. So I guess I'll have to do that at some point, in which case I'll probably go to that Melty Monster thing at the beginning, because, I mean, that was like, what, 6 minutes, and I got like 700 star bits? I feel like I'm, like, maybe I'm misremembering, but for whatever reason, when I was, like, a kid playing this game, I feel like I was way more goated with the cloud platforms. I feel like I'm too fucking anxious now. Like, I'm always overthinking my jumps, and I don't know. Not that I fucked anything up there, but I'm always, like, pussyfooting around. I feel like when I was younger, I feel like I had fewer inhibitions. Bravado. Yeah, with playing video games, I was more willing to just take risks and make big leaps.
Well, I mean,
literally,
you had like all the time in the fucking world. It wouldn't be like...
I know. Now I'm like, I gotta fucking do this for YouTube.
I do like
Just this completely arbitrary, self-imposed fucking thing.
With the star bits, I like when you can feed, like, the little...
Oh, engorge the Luma?
Engorging the Luma, it is, like, feels like a kink, like, feeder thing.
It's like inflation porn?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You make them get
I'm
big.
I'm sure there's... Someone got something out of that, I'm certain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a thing in both games, so... Yeah. I still don't know if I'm gonna Let's Play the first Galaxy game. I guess I could... I mean, I like both of them a lot. It just feels kind of weird. Because this is the one that I like more. And that I feel like expands on the gameplay mechanics of Galaxy 1.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I did say at the beginning of this YouTube channel I was going to LP all of the 3D Mario games. I don't know if that's going to be the case. But I may do, I think, at least Galaxy and 3D World, which I still haven't played 3D World. I need to play through that first, and then I'll do it. Don't know if I'm gonna LP 64 because I suck dick at it, but maybe. And also, I just don't think I would really have anything like interesting to bring to that game. A trillion people have Let's Played that game, and I am not good at it, so maybe. And then Odyssey, I feel like that would be better to stream, honestly, because Odyssey has like 3,000 fucking moons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna get all of them. Like, that's the other thing, is I said I was gonna 100% Let's Play all of them. I am not doing a 100% LP of Mario Odyssey. That would be like 80 videos and take like 4 years. And because it would just be me cutting out like 90 minutes of running around for every moon after a certain point. And I'm not doing the fucking jump rope ones. Fuck that. So, yeah, I'll stream it, I'll play through, you know, now that I know where a lot of the moons are, I'll just try to get as many as I can on my first run through every level, which is what I usually try to do in games like this anyway. Like, that's why platformer games, the first time I go through them, it takes me a while, because, especially games like Odyssey, where there's so much shit to do, and the worlds are so massive, I like to try to get as much shit as I can on the first run through a level. Because I also just like exploring and I like collecting stuff. So I would do that, and then, yeah, after the, you know, in the post-game, I would just do as many of the extra moons until I get bored, and then that would be the end of it. But I wouldn't want to do a whole... I wouldn't want to just do an LP of the main game, because that's like, you know, a fifth of the actual game. But I think that's reasonable. But Galaxy would probably be fun. For one thing, it's only 121 stars, so I wouldn't have to do all this shit. And then, I mean, 64 isn't a long game, so there's that. Maybe I would do 64 DS, even though it's completely different.
64 DS is really fun.
Yeah.
That one is, I think you can play as a bunch of different characters in that one, right? You can be
that's
like
what
Wario.
I like about it, yeah. I should Let's Play a Wario game, one of the Wario Land games, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I've played a couple of those, and they're fun. And I love Wario. He's my favorite Mario character. This Galaxy is stupid, because it's, this is the, like, it's not a boss rush, because there is a Galaxy that is a boss rush. This is Battle Belt, so it's, every planet has one of the different, enemies, and you kill them. And obviously these are all, like, just small spherical planets with 3 enemies on them. There's not anywhere to hide the green stars, so you just go through the level normally, and there's a green star on one of the planets. So not terribly interesting, but not terribly difficult either, so I'm not complaining. And luckily for you, you get to see the edited version where I cut out the parts you've already seen. I'm the one who had to play through the first half of this level 3 times. And I had to do it for the like original playthrough and the prankster comment. So I think if you 100% this game, I think you're gonna go through you're gonna go through the first half of Battle Belt Galaxy like 7 times. That is I guess a complaint that I have with Galaxy. 'Cause I don't mind the green stars, but with galaxies like this, it is basically just like doing the same shit a bunch of times, and it does result in you repeating a lot of stuff. But at least this one isn't super annoying. Like, doing this with a boss rush galaxy would suck ass. And I'm pretty sure we have one of those in World S, the last world of the game. I think that's the one with the boss rush galaxy, where it's the same thing, where it's just like a green star is off to the side on one of the planets, but you have to go through the level a million times.
What, I'll widen the field, but, like, what Mario enemy are you the most, are you the biggest fan of?
That's an interesting question. I'm guessing you just mean generally and not in this game particularly.
Well, you can do, this game particularly. You can, generally I feel like it's like a, obviously...
Like a fan in what way, though? Like, I just like...
Just like their design? Like, I don't know, man. Don't think too much about it.
No, I get you.
Like, in a more general sense, I would say I fuck with Monty Mole a lot. But to take it to... like a more specific one, I like the little the bunny creatures from Odyssey are very fun. They have a neat design and are just like I don't know, they look like hipsters.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like these. This is easy because there's one on screen. I do like these pumpkin Goombas because they're just regular Goombas, but they got a pumpkin. I don't know. It's probably something from Odyssey that I'm forgetting because Odyssey has a lot of really creative enemy designs. Yeah, I would have to think on that maybe, because I don't want to say something basic.
You gonna watch the Mario movie for your channel as well?
The one that's coming out?
Yeah, the one that's coming out, yeah.
The Bob Hoskins one.
No, not the Bob Hoskins one, but...
So, wait, watch it for my channel, do a review of it, or...
I don't know, I'm just open question.
Yeah, I don't think... Well, I don't really do the reviews anymore, so I don't think I would review it. I'm probably gonna see it in the theater. So it wouldn't be like a let's watch.
Yeah.
But, potentially do something with it. I'll at least talk about it when I see it. And, let the people who will be dying to know, I'm sure, how I feel about it.
I'm glad I have a list for things like that, because it's probably going to be a piece of shit, but I don't know, I'm curious enough. I like the characters.
It doesn't look like, as far as mainstream theatrical cartoons go, it doesn't look bad. It looks fine.
Yeah, no,
and I like Mario, so sure.
It looks fine, and I like Mario and everything like that, but it's just, obviously, I can't take... For most of the, 3D animated stuff, or most animated stuff in general, is for, children. So it's just, I feel not to knock it and say that there isn't some, good, kid stuff, but I feel on that merit alone, like, it usually has a very simplistic view of, like, moralities or, like, characters or whatnot. It's, like, very simple in that. And especially, like, contemporary, like, kid stuff is a lot of just, hyperactive, referencey things. I mean, the fact that, like, it just... And also, I'm mostly just curious to see, because it feels like Nintendo had a pretty heavy hand in this.
Yeah, they, like, didn't let anyone make anything. They had a couple of opportunities to make, like, a Mario or Zelda movie, and specifically didn't until now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, I feel like at a certain point, like, it had to give, because, like, it's money. There's money to be made.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but, I don't know.
Everyone's making movies out of IP now. Might as well cash in on, like, the most recognizable video game character ever. Yeah, I'm not, like, mad about it. I'm willing to... I'll go see it, and I'll probably enjoy, seeing the familiar Mario things and pointing at them, which is what movies are for now. And, I also like a handful of the voice acting choices. I think are cool. Like I think Jack Black as Bowser is a good idea.
No, I agree. The Chris Pratt as
Charlie
Mario
Day as Chris Pratt as Mario is dog shit.
Charlie
and
Day.
I just don't like Chris Pratt. Charlie Day is Luigi.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun. And the animation, I mean, this is, like, something that I don't even, like, bother saying about many theatrical animated films, because, like, the fidelity of computer graphics on average of these big studios is just high enough now that it's not really a thing worth commenting on unless the animation style is, like, doing something interesting. But just in general, I will say from the trailer, I think the animation looks good. Like, it doesn't look bad. In terms of, looks colorful, and it looks like it adapts the sort of cartoony style of Mario decently well to this sort of, like, Pixar. It's not Pixar, but Pixar sort of pioneered this look where it's the very rubbery, like, middle ground between photorealism and cartoony physics, where they still squash and stretch, but, like, the skin still reflects light in a realistic way, the hair and cloth still, and particles behave in a realistic way. I think, yeah, as far as, like, that sort of mainstream style of computer animation goes, as sort of ubiquitous as it is, I think it looks good. It looks better than the Minions movies, I'll say, which is made by the same company. So that is all that I feel about the Mario movie at this juncture, but I'm sure I will be imbibing some sort of substance and seeing it in the movie theater, and probably having an okay time. So, these last couple levels with the green stars are pretty chill, honestly. Not really anything crazy going on here. I really do not like the swimming controls in this game. I never know what direction this game thinks you're facing when you're swimming. Like, I'll be holding forward because I think that's what will be making me go forward, and then I'll just be shoving my fucking head into the ceiling like I was there instead of moving forward. So I don't really like that, which is why that was not one of the more graceful green star collections that I've done, but what are you gonna do? Also, if I could ever figure out 3DS emulation, I would do a Let's Play of Mario 3D Land, because I like that game, and I've played it a lot on my 3DS, but I know that it's possible to get a capture card for the 3DS. Obviously, it's not going to the 3D effects aren't going to transfer to YouTube, but that's not really a concern to me. I know you can do that, but it seems kind of involved. Emulation would probably be the easier option, but that is also just like, from what I understand, is still kind of in a weird place. I could imagine the 3DS is not super simple to emulate.
Like very strange, like DS mechanics as well. Like, I mean, I know it exists, but like emulation for that feels very strange. Like
Well, DS emulation is basically the same as, like, performance-wise, is basically the same as GBA emulation, just that you have two screens and you can click on one.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I just like the clicking on one stuff feels
Yeah, at least in my experience using DS emulation, it's just for the touchscreen you would use your cursor.
Mm-hmm.
Which obviously is a little bit less, feels a little not as good as using your finger or the stylus on the other screen. But it's better than fucking pointing a camera at your DS if you want to record it. So here we go. Bowser's Galaxy Generator. This is the last Bowser level, at least, of the game. This is the last time we'll be knocking on Bowser's door. We won't be seeing Bowser, though. It'd be cool if one of the green stars was just, in Bowser's mouth.
I hate these little guys. The ones that throw the hammers are the worst.
Yeah, mostly because they can throw a million of them.
Yeah.
And then they usually hop away before you can get over to them. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. So this one is hidden down here in the lava, and you have to be careful because these fireballs can fuck you, which I think you're about to see an example of that happening to me. Yep, there you go.
There we go.
And I thought I could land on the star, but nope. So close.
Close, yeah.
I guess as a last sort of thing to bring up randomly, I have been watching Andor, the new Star Wars show, and it's pretty good. I'd have to. People are really singing its praises
People are
online.
talking about how epic leftist it is.
Yeah, and I definitely get. I understand why, but also that's very annoying.
Yeah,
and I feel like that happens.
Pretty good.
That happens with everything that has even slightly a plot that puts you in the perspective of rebels or whatever.
And
I don't know. You could really by the same logic, I guess, that people are using to say that sort of thing about Andor, you could say that about a lot of Star Wars movies. And I don't know. I feel like it's a well-written story with sympathetic protagonists with a believable sort of political situation in a fantasy world. I don't know. I'm not here to say that it is or isn't anything politically or whatever in terms of what the text says, but I just think people need to calm down a little bit. It's a decent, fun show, and yes, there's a part where they escape a prison, and it's really cool. But yeah, I don't know. People need to just stop being fucking lame about shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like, again, it makes sense because, like, Lucas, I think, was basing the way the rebels fight on, like, the Viet Cong, like, with the
Yes, yeah.
original. So it's just like that text is there. But
Right,
again,
and like, you know, the Empire is unambiguously fascists, so,
yeah,
you know,
no.
going up against them, blah blah blah.
But like again, it's just like that is buried now in like $1 billion corporate property. So it's
Right.
just like it's just like, which is fine. Like I am intrigued by political readings of art, but I
Sure.
just feel like my tolerance for like IP stuff in general is pretty weak, and
Yeah.
like when people act like it's something like miraculous or like revolutionary, when I feel like, yeah, that should kind of be the baseline for like a show. Like if you're doing some
Right.
IP thing, is you should be sneaking in, not necessarily like explicitly political messaging, but you should be sneaking in other things to make it just like not like a husk of like
Yeah, not make it just
property.
lore
Yeah.
and a Wikipedia article, like
Hmm.
the worst of Star Wars stuff. Yeah, I will say it's the best of like the Disney Star Wars TV stuff that I've seen. But I just I don't know. People are a little silly, but it's, I mean, worth checking out. I guess it's only like 11 40-minute episodes, so easy to watch. Anyway, that'll be it for this one. Next one will be the last World of Green Stars, World S. And I wanted to include this whole part here because it has the Gusty Gardens Galaxy theme from the first one. It sounds very pretty. So yeah, thanks JT for hanging out
It was
again.
a pleasure.
And I'll see you guys all next time.